and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm excited to share with you guys my review, some swatches, and some comparisons of the new Tarte Naughty Nudes blushes that released on Sunday with a whole slew of brand new products that I picked up. And I was super excited to pick these up because they look like some pretty colors online, and just I love the 12-hour Amazonian clay blush formula. They're amazing. So this is going to be a review on these new shades from the Naughty Nudes collection. And so the shades are Risque, Seduce, and Sensual. Now these, for whatever reason, are the same exact size of all the other Amazonian clay blushes, but they are $2 cheaper, which I thought was interesting. So these retail for $26 compared to other blushes from Tarte, which are $28. So let me tell you a little bit of information, what it says online. The only place you can currently purchase these are at tartecosmetics.com. It does not say that these are limited edition, so I'm guessing that eventually these shades are going to be available at Sephora and Ulta, where other, normal Tarte compacts are sold. So it says it's the best-selling pigment-packed powder blush in 4 new Naughty Nude matte shades. Now the other shade that I didn't pick up, which I'm a little confused why it says it's new, is the shade Exposed, which was already an existing powder blush in the collection. So I'm not really sure what that was about, but the 3 new shades that I picked up were Risque, Sensual, and Seduce. So that I will be showing those to you guys and swatching them. And my review in general about these blushes is that they're amazing. When Tarte says 12-hour amazing Amazonian clay blushes, that's what you get. They're long wearing, they're really easy to work with. Now they are a formula where they're pressed really hard to the pan, but they're not like hard pan type of pressed hard. They're just really firmly pressed in there. Let me share with you guys the brushes that I like to use with specifically the Tarte blushes. The first one is the Sigma Powder Blush F10, and then the MAC one, I think this is 163, it's kind of scratched off. I do like to use both of these, however, my favorite one to actually use with it, even though I can use both and I like it, is the actual MAC 163 brush. I love the goat hairs with this formula. I find that it picks it up really nicely and that it puts an appropriate amount of product down on your cheeks and then builds really nicely if you want more pigmentation or just more color in general on your cheeks. So my favorite way is definitely with a goat haired brush versus a synthetic brush. So let me go ahead and share with you guys these shades because some of them look a little similar between the 3. Like, you definitely probably don't need all 3, even though they say they're different. When you see them swatched, I don't really know if you need them. Let me go ahead and show you guys what all 3 of the new shades look like, because when you see them, you're gonna be like, some of them look a little similar. Like this one and this one definitely look similar. You probably don't need all 3 in your collection. And then I will compare them to the 2 palettes that I have as well, the Tarte and the Holiday one, the Bling It On palette, just so you know. There's not exact dupes in any of them, so that's good news. But these kind of all look similar in the same family, so you probably don't need all 3 unless you're just a crazy makeup junkie like I am. But let's see, the first shade is Sensual, which is this guy right here, and this one is described as a golden nude, and this one is my favorite one. This is the one that I think doesn't look quite as similar as these 2 do compared to each other, but this one is my favorite one. It's what I currently have on my cheeks right now, and it's just like a really classic, beautiful golden nude, so I really like the shade. So let's go ahead and swatch it. Like I said, this is the first time I've ever had compacts from Tarte, and everything else has always been in a palette, so I think it's kind of funny that they do kind of spin around in the casing. I'm not sure if it's so that they're easily, depotted or whatever, but that is interesting, like it spins around. Not a huge deal. I don't find it a big problem when I'm using a brush. I just notice it when I'm swatching. So there is what that shade looks like. You will see a close-up hopefully popping up right now so you guys can get a closer look, but this is what the shade Sensual looks like, which is again a golden nude. So the next shade is called Seduce, which is described as a rosy nude. This is probably my least favorite one, just because I probably have, I don't know, a lot of colors like it in my collection. Maybe not, but I feel like I always get stuff like this, but it is a really pretty nude color with a little bit of that mauve-y rose undertone. So I'm going to leave this one swatch and go ahead and swatch the next one for you so that you guys can see them side by side. So the next one is Risque, which is described as a peachy nude, which is probably my second favorite. So my favorite is the golden one, then the peachy one, then the rosy one. So that is what it looks like. And then swatch next to the other one, you can see that they look very similar. You can tell a difference that this one, Risque, is lighter and more peach, whereas this one's a little bit more mauve-y and pink. But I mean, they look pretty similar. Like, I don't think there's enough distinction between them that you probably need both of them. I would just pick which one you like better, whether you want want a peachy undertone or a pink undertone. So that is what those look like. Let me go ahead just for the heck of it and swatch the Sensual shade next to them so you can see that this one is totally different than the others. They basically just kind of go down in like nude darkness, if that makes sense, like pink, peach, and then golden. So there's all three of the new Naughty Nudes swatched next to each other. So now I wanted to compare for you guys really quickly some of the other palettes that I have. I went ahead and swatched all of them for you guys, and you should be seeing something popping up right now with the 3 new Naughty shades versus the palette. But I wanted to share with you guys that nothing is an exact dupe, that most of the other palettes honestly have kind of pinky peach undertones versus nude undertones. So they are something new in their collection as far as that, but I don't have any other individual ones to compare. So this one is the new Tarte Clay Blush palette that released with some of the new collections back a couple months ago, and this is what it looks like. Nothing in here was an exact dupe. They were mostly all pink undertones. And then the other palette I wanted to mention was from the 2015 holiday collection, and this was the Bling It On palette. Now, I would say that there is one shade in here, I believe Prism, that is kind of remotely close, but it's pretty reaching to say that it's very similar, but I don't think any of these are exact dupes, so you should be seeing a side-by-side right now of the Naughty Nudes compared to this palette. And again, these are much more bright pinks and pink peachy undertones versus the nude colors. So that is a good thing to know, that none of the palettes, if you have them, if you're like me, are exact dupes or even remotely kind of similar to the new Naughty Nude. So overall, the formula of these are the same exact amazing quality as all the other Amazonian 12-hour clay blushes. I love the formula. These colors are really pretty. You just probably honestly don't need all 3. If you're gonna pick up any of them, I would definitely pick up the shade Sensual. Again, it's what I have on. I just think it's a beautiful, true nude color. It's really, really, really pretty. If I didn't mention already, these are all matte, by the way. There's no sheen or sparkle to them, but I think this is just a really nice classic nude. Now between these two, like I said, it's up to you whether you want a peach undertone or a pink undertone, but they're very, very similar. I don't think there's a huge distinction, even when you put them on the cheeks, that you probably need both of these unless you really want them. So I hope the swatches has helped you guys determine if you want any of these, or if you want one, or if you want all 3. So I hope you guys enjoyed my review, swatches, and quick comparison of the new Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-hour Naughty Nude blushes. If you did, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe so you can stay tuned to all my upcoming videos, and let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think of these new shades and what you think of the Amazonian Clay 12-hour blushes in general, if you love them as much as I do. But I would love to hear your thoughts on the new Naughty Nude blushes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye!